Welcome to another video. My name is Emily and I'll be your guide. Today in our power yoga sequence, we are working on lunges, building the strength of our legs, finding asymmetry. The props that you need for class will be one yoga block and one yoga strap. If you're at home, feel free to get creative with it. Instead of a block, you can also use a bigger book. Instead of a yoga strap, you can also use a hand towel. If you have a yoga strap, let's go ahead and get started by unraveling the strap and folding it in half. So you'll bring the buckle edge of the strap to meet the tail. Give it a nice, neat fold. Once you've folded it in half, fold it in half again. We're going to set our strap off towards the top edge of our mat and set your block just in front of your strap on its medium height. Let's meet an extended child's pose towards the back edge of your mat. Big toes together to touch. You can send your knees wide to the width of your mat, reaching your arms forward. Give me an exhale. Sigh it out through your mouth, melting your heart and head to the ground. Now take a nice deep inhale. We'll go ahead and glide up. Curling onto your toes, find a high plank pose. Eyes are looking up towards your props, neck stays long. Take one deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Can you keep your hips lifted in line with your shoulders? If this is a lot for the wrists, you can always find your knees on the ground. Take one more inhale, neck stays long. Now as you exhale, keep your big toes nice and close. Bend your knees out in opposite directions. Come back to your child's pose. Can you sit your hips closer to your heels? One count of breath in, breathing into your belly and ribs. Now breathe out through your nose. Pull in at your belly, ribs, and chest. Inhale, curl onto your toes, glide forward, lift back up into a high plank pose, and exhale. Knees go wide, untuck your toes, finding your child's pose. One more count of breath, breathing in through your nose, rocking up, strong in your high plank pose, and exhale, finding your extended child's pose. Top of your next inhale, bend your elbows, slide your hands in closer. Let's bring our knees to stack underneath our hips. Curl onto your toes, hover your knees for bear pose. Can you ground down in your index finger and thumbs, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. One more count of breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Pull in at your belly, ribs, and chest. Embracing the strong shape, nice and strong in the core, building bone density. Take one more inhale, looking towards the top edge of your mat. And as you exhale, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Find a strong triangle shape. You can start off by pedaling out one leg and the other. If you'd like more length for the spine, you can walk your hands one handprint forward. And we start to find stillness in our down dog. Heels draw close to the earth, but they don't have to touch. A little bend to the knees is welcome. Take a steady breath in through your nose. Fill up to 1, 2, and out through your mouth. Sigh it out. Now breathe in through your nose. Hinge forward to high plank pose. Hold the pose and not the breath. Keeping your spine long, hips and shoulders in one line. So maybe it helps to walk your feet just a smidgen closer to the back. Top of your next inhale, right hand grabs the block at the top of your mat. Set it in the center of your space. Block is in between your chest and hips. Hold for the exhale. Draw your heels closer to the back. Press the earth away from you. Now breathe in. Rock forward on your tiptoes, shoulders in front of your wrists. As you exhale, bend your elbows, rest your hips or belly against the block. Inhale. Now lock the block over. Find your upward facing dog, finding the support underneath your hips and thighs. Keep pointing your toes to the back, heart is open. And exhale, curl onto your toes, back into your downward facing dog. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Sealing your lips, top of your next inhale. Bring your block onto its highest height. Maybe big toes come together to touch to feel more heat in between your thighs. Inhale, right leg up high. Down dog splits. As you exhale, crunch, knee to chest. How high can you hover your knee away from the block? Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, right leg back up to the sky. Finding your down dog splits. Exhale, crunch, knee to chest. This time send your knee to your right shoulder. Look towards the strap at the top of your space. Step your right foot forward. Start off with a strong 90-degree bend to your right leg. Inhale, reach your right arm forward, followed by your left. Lift up. Stacking your shoulders over your hips, crescent warrior. Can you keep your left heel lifted? Ball your hands in a fist, draw circles with your wrists. Here for an inhale, spread your fingers, grow tall. As you exhale, left hand grabs your block. Go ahead and pass the block into your right hand, arms up high. Palms press inwards towards the block. Draw circles with your arms. Can you still keep your torso as still as possible? Here for an inhale, arms up high. Maybe play around with lifting and lowering your right toes. Now tap your right toes down. As you exhale, hinge at your hips, lightning bolt pose. Right hand passes the block to the back. And we press both of our palms into the prop. Find pulses with your arms. Strong diagonal line from your head down to your hips, all the way down to your back leg. You're here for 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Inhale, left hand passes the block all the way up to the top. As you exhale, send the block to your right hand. Swan dive your hands forward, arms out to a T. Set your block to the right hand side of your space. Lower onto your left knee. Lift and lower your right toes a few times. Bring more weight of your heel against the earth. Now tap your right toes down. Inhale, both hands reach for the strap. Send your arms up overhead. A different kind of a lunge right here. Finding your low lunge. Now that you have the support of your back knee to the ground, you can start to send your right knee closer to the front. Finding grip strength, pull the strap apart with both of your hands. Maybe you start to lift your right heel away from the ground. Keep your neck long. Facial muscles are relaxed. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Here for an inhale. Can you imprint your right heel against the earth? Stack your right knee over your ankle. As you exhale, right hand releases from the strap. Start to pivot your left toes inwards. Hands connect at the back. Puff your chest up high. As you exhale, hinge at your hips. Right shoulder can come to the inside of your knee. Maybe shoulder rests on your thigh. It's all about gauging where your hip openness is at. Can you sway your arms from side to side? Eyes look towards your belly button. Maybe reach the arms closer to the earth. Finding your grounded, humble warrior. Notice if your shoulders want to shrug towards your ears. Plug them down into their joints. Fight gravity. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Top of your next inhale, look forward. Left hand releases from the strap. Set the strap down to the top edge of your space. Hands come to frame your right foot. Grab the block, place it to the inside of your right foot. Curling onto your left toes, step your right leg back to meet your left. Finding your asymmetrical vinyasa, inhale, glide forward. Shoulders in front of our wrists. Exhale, bend your elbows lower half or all the way. Option to find your knees. Inhale, pull your heart forward, finding your cobra or up dog. And exhale, send your hips up and back into downward dog again. Steady breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Inhale, go ahead and glide forward. Right hand sets the block on its highest height, center of your mat. Same option to walk your big toes together to touch. Maybe this can give you more length to your spine. Inhale, sweep your left leg up high to the sky. Exhale, crunch, knee to chest. The block challenges us. How high can you hover the knee away from the prop? One more tiger crunch. Inhale, left leg up high to the sky. Exhale, crunch, knee to chest. Send your left knee to your left shoulder. Nice and strong, eyes look towards the strap at the top edge of our space. And we set our left foot in back of our left wrist. Strong 90-degree shape to our left leg. Keep your right heel lifted. Sweep your left arm forward. Sweep your right arm forward. Breathing in, lift up. Back in your crescent warrior, this time left leg forward. Hands punch into fists. Circle out your wrists. You can bring some of that movement down to your shoulders as well. Can you lift and lower your left toes a few times? Really feel your left heel ground down to the earth. Top of your next inhale, looking forward. Tap your left toes down, spread your fingertips. Go ahead and reach your left hand for the block. It's gonna pass all the way up into both of your hands, and we circle out our arms. Maybe this time around, you start to lift your fingers away from the block. Palms press into your prop. Play around with finding different directions. Keeping your eyes forward, neck stays long. Here for an inhale. Reach your arms up high. As you exhale, hinge at your hips. Left hand passes the block to the back. Block hovers over your hips. Find pulses, nice and strong. From here, can you notice the heat building in your right heel? You are here for 4, 3. Keep your eyes looking forward, just in front of your strap. Last 2, and 1. Inhale, left hand passes the block all the way to the top. Now as you exhale, let's go ahead and send the block to the left hand, hinge at your hips. Set the block down to the outside of your mat. From here, fingertips meet the earth, lower your right knee to the ground. Both hands grab the strap at the top of your space. Dip your left knee forward. Start to circle out your arms. Maybe find organic movements. If right here, your shoulders are starting to feel tight, you can always find a bend to your elbows. Maybe we start to lift our left heel away from the ground. Can you focus on pressing the toenails in your right foot even more against the earth? You're here for 4, 3, last 2, and 1. From here, ground down with your left heel, 90-degree shape to your left leg. Right hand releases from the strap. Let's lift the right toes and pivot them to the left-hand side of our space. Preparing for your grounded warrior, inhale, puff your chest up, plug the shoulders into their joints. Exhale, hinge at your hips, right shoulder to the inside of your leg as you sway from side to side. Take note of how different this side may or may not feel from the other. Maybe it would feel better for you to rest your left shoulder on your left thigh. Grounded, humble warrior. 1 count of clearing breath. Breathing in. Can you look towards your belly button or your right foot? Then take an open mouth exhale to release. Can you send the arms closer to the top of your mat? Sealing your lips, inhale, look forward. Glutes are strong. Right hand releases from the strap. Set the strap down to the top edge of your space. Bring your right toes in back of your knee. Back leg is straight. We'll bring the block to the inside of our right foot. Asymmetrical vinyasa. Curl onto your back toes. Step your left leg to the back. You are welcome to take another asymmetrical vinyasa. And if it feels weird for the shoulders, feel free to slide the block out from underneath. Your hands can both be on the mat. Inhale. Glide forward, shoulders in front of your wrists. Exhale, bend your elbows, lower half or all the way. Knees is always an option. Inhale, point your toes towards the back, cobra or up dog. And exhale, send your hips up and back into downward dog again. Inhale, look forward, glide forward, take the block out from underneath your left hand. Set it in front of your strap. Big toes touch, bend your knees. You're gonna go ahead and frog hop forward or tiptoe. Feet in back of your wrists. From here, we find our yogi squat. Feel free to walk your feet a little bit further apart. Maybe a little waddle from side to side. Arms can reach forward. Maybe hands against your thighs. Maybe even bring one hand and the other onto the ground. Nice job. Now inhale, look forward. Can you reach your arms to the front? Walk your big toes together to touch in toe stand. Both heels are lifted. Feel free to use the ground as guidance. Can you slowly roll onto your sit-bones? Send one arm forward followed by the other. Go ahead and roll one vertebra and then the other onto your back. Soft landing is key. Maybe you bring forearms to either side of your ribs. When you've met me in this reclined position, go ahead and bend your knees towards your heart. Send your knees towards your shoulders now. Happy baby pose. Hands will reach for the bottoms of your feet, maybe the ankles, maybe the back of your calves. Keep your low back imprinted against the earth. Feel this nice opening to your hips and thighs. And as you imprint your low back to the ground, feel this nice massage. Top of your next inhale, like you're closing a big book. Bring it all the way to the center. Hands to either side of your knees. And bring your knees together to touch. Lace your fingers across your shins. Reach your forehead towards your knees, finding ball pose. Breathing in, can you send your knees closer to your forehead? Then take an open mouth exhale, sigh it out. Release your fingers, send your arms by your sides. We meet in corpse pose, Shavasana. Release control to your breath. Now you're just taking a simple inhale and exhale through your nose. Feel a softness from the top of your head travel down to your cheekbones, jawline, and throat. You are welcome to stay right here in your corpse pose Shavasana. If you're ready to be guided out of your practice, reach your left arm long. Bend your knees, plant your feet against the earth, roll over onto your left-hand side. Press yourself up from your fetal posture and find an easy seat facing the center. Crossed at the shins, shoulders stacked over our hips. Palms together to touch, bow your chin towards your chest, sealing your practice. The light, the love in me sees and honors the light, the love in each. and every one of you. And namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me for another power yoga practice. If you guys have any feedback or special requests, feel free to leave me a comment below. I will see you all in the next video.